We own all of our results because we ultimately own all the decisions that we've ever made. I was thinking about that today because as I was looking at my analytics for my channel, I saw a comment on my working 80 hours a week and why I love it video where someone essentially said, what do you do all day? Like, what is it you do all day? And it wasn't as simple as them asking like, hey, what do you do for a living? They said, what do you do all day? Sit around outside and then make YouTube videos? Which I initially kind of chuckled at. I thought that was kind of funny. And, you know, as I've said earlier on previous videos, I'm not mad at anybody who wants to blow smoke or, you know, has some disagreements with me about how I live my life in my videos. I'm putting my life on YouTube. So everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And I actually answered them. I told them what I did for a living, what my two jobs were. They never responded. Shocker. But what made me think about that was, you know, even people who don't like you a lot of times, you will get their attention and they will take time out of their day living whatever life they think is better than the one you're living to talk about your life. And there's a certain amount of irony in that. You know, someone will tell you, hey, like, your life, your decisions are not what I would do. But instead of trying to be productive, they will only do it to try to negate or take away from what you're doing, the positives that you're moving towards. No interaction, no room for trying to understand, no bridging any gaps, just like, you suck. And I think that's an interesting result of where we are with social media, because everyone feels like their opinions are something that should be respected without explanation. And I've never been someone who felt that way. I always think that you should be prepared to defend your position if it's going to be something that you share with somebody else. Which is why on this channel, I try to explain why I feel the way I feel about a lot of stuff that I'm doing, that I'm going to tell you to do. You know, I have no problem with anyone who does not want to work 8 hours a week. I get it. I understand it's hard and it takes away from a lot of other things you might want to do. My only pushback would be, if you're in dire financial straits, what do you have to lose by working more? I think there's a lot of people who have gotten to their heads that life should be a certain way and you should live at a certain base level no matter what. But the reality is you just don't have that. So there's really only two options. You can sit around and hope that those things change and complain about it. But in the time that you complain about it, you also could have changed your life working. And yeah, it might not be fun. It might not be something you actually enjoy, but it could get you to a place that you want to be. So that's how I look at it. Like, if you don't want to work 80 hours a week and you are fine with where you're at with your life, all right, cool. That's fine. I'm saying where I'm at right now in my life is not where I want to be in 10 years, in 5 years. I want to see consistent progress. That's what I want. So that's why I'm doing things that is going to move me towards where I want to be. And I think we should all have some type of goal that we're going towards. But again, if you just love the life you have and that's what you want forever, cool. I just don't think that's true for majority of people, because all I ever see is people complaining about how unfair life is. So which one is it? Do you love your life so much that you're willing to sit and stew in it forever? Or do you really not like your position and you're willing to do things that are going to change it? See, it seems like people want both. They want to complain about the life they don't like having, but not be responsible for doing anything to change it. And I don't know how you expect anything to be different if that's the position that you're taking. Life isn't fair. Yeah, you're right. It's not. Now what? Well, we should be able to live if we're working 40 hours a week. Yeah, you should, but you can't. Now what? See, the question is always, now what? I think too many people focus on wanting to be morally superior and wanting to be correct without realizing that even if you're right, you still wrong, because you still have to do something about it. Like, I could agree with you all day about what things should be, but when are you prepared to talk about what things are? What things are? is what's important. That's why I talk about owning your decisions, because your decisions are going to be what changes your outcomes. Nobody else is going to change your outcomes for you. And I just thought it was interesting that at a time where so many people complain about their life, I am talking on YouTube about people and their decisions with money, and then bringing it back to my own decisions with money, trying to be as transparent as I possibly can be about what I'm doing to better myself. And instead of having a productive conversation back and forth about, hey, this is what I would do, why would you not do it this way? Why'd you choose to do this or that? I have people who have checked out so far. There are people in this life who have checked out so much that they see my content and their first thought is to just trash it and then run away. It's interesting. I wonder, I would ask that person if I could see them, in real life. Did making that comment make you feel any better? Did you get any extra dollars in your bank account from those comments that you made? I'm just curious, what did it give you? Did it give you enough of a boost, to get on with the rest of your day? I hope it did. The weird thing is, though, what are you going to do to get over tomorrow and the next day? Is your life going to consist of having to trash people you don't agree with in order to justify your own life choices? That's a hard life to live. Even on YouTube, I would suggest that most people make some type of content on YouTube, because this is the thing. My channel, it's not large. I have just over 700 subscribers. Thank you by the way, to anyone who has subscribed to this channel. But there is a chance that in the future, this content could become monetized. So not only am I sharing things that I think are positive for other people, but there's a chance that it could become a revenue stream, because again, attention is the currency. And whether you like me or not, if you watched my video, I had your attention. So even if you disagree with me, I would suggest, instead of arguing with me in the comments or even just running away, why don't you make your own content telling me why I'm full of shit? At least then you and I can argue back and forth together, and people can make their own decisions, and both you and I can be getting to some money instead of you just, pouting in the comments. Because here's the thing, my content is going to stay on YouTube. And in 5-10 years, when I've gotten to where I'm going to be, the question I would ask you is, are you where you want to be? Has anything changed? Are you still complaining? Is your life what you wanted? I hope so. I really hope so. And I mean that. I want people to succeed. There is no part of me that wants you to fail because you disagree with me. I just want you to do so in a way that is actually productive for your life. That's all. That's all I want. And if that means that what's best for you is to come to my channel and to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, cool. It's all content, baby. It's all engagement. So bring it. Bring it. And the other thing that it makes me think about is that, again, owning my choices. There was a time where I don't think comments like that would have sat well with me. As I've said before on this channel, I used to care a lot about negative feedback. So much so that I would change what I would do so that people would not see me in a negative light. These days, though, I smile at negativity because it tells me that if I am having success and the majority of the world around me does not like what they're hearing out of my mouth, and it's successful for me, while everyone else is talking about how unsuccessful they are, I'm not as crazy as the world thinks I am. And I'm okay with that. If the world has to think I'm crazy in order for when I'm saying, hey, I share my finances with my wife, we have 100% access to everything. When I say, hey, we think of money as a tool and we're prepared to work our asses off to get it. I can work 80 hours a week because I don't want to be working a job the rest of my life. When I say those things and the world's like, this guy. When I say I drive a 2007 Toyota Corolla with 234,000 miles to deliver pizza so I can make extra money to buy a rental property, and the world goes, what kind of life is that? But then you all can't pay $1,000 for simple fucking repairs? I'm not as crazy as you think. I'm not as crazy as you think. And I'm good with it. Like that, there is a peace that I have come to with myself through this process. Again, There's much more to go. I have a long way to go. I am not perfect, but something this has taught me is that I have to be okay with my decisions because I own my life. It's my life. You own yours. Do whatever you feel is right for yours. I am quite truly not in the business of giving advice. I am trying to give you a perspective that I believe can be successful for the majority of people if they take their life seriously enough. If that doesn't appeal to you, that's okay. But ask yourself, is what I'm doing now giving me the results that I want? If the answer is no, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why you're not ready for a change. And if it is, cool, keep it moving. But you see, what I've noticed is that people who are truly happy with their situations usually don't go and complain about life and complain about other people's content. You know, I used to be, and I know that because I used to be one of you. I used to be one of those people who would say, yeah, you know, fuck this dude. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't even bother anymore with that, bro. I don't. You know why? It doesn't even impact me. Now, will there be a time where I want to like warn people about like scammers and stuff like that? Of course, I don't want people to get ripped off, but I don't spend my day like talking about other people who think about life differently, right? I just don't spend the time because I'm busy actually living my life. It takes me a while to even get back on here, honestly, because I'm busy. And I just want to encourage you that if you have so much time on your hands to comment about the lives of other people, maybe you're not spending enough time constructing the life you want for yourself. Own your life. Own your decisions, because nobody is going to change it. Not Trump, not Kamala, not any government officials, not any of your favorite talk show hosts, not any of these mofos on the podcasts, not me. It's going to come down to you. We can inspire you. We can give you ideas. We can hopefully open your eyes to something that might be different from what you're used to. But ultimately, the work has to come from you. The action has to come from you. So, what are you going to do about it? If you're one of the people who doesn't like your life and you spend time commenting on everybody else's, what you going to do about it? This is your wake-up call, man. Do it. It's your life. Own the decisions. Because all the decisions you made up to this point, if you don't have the life you want, you're the reason. So be the reason that you can get to the other side instead of being the reason that you're stewing at the bottom. Anyway, I got to go to work. I'll see y'all later. Peace.